We're live.
Yeah. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is Gamer Geeks Radio. With me is, this is Sunday. Yeah, Sunday. Yeah. Okay.
No, no,
Um,
no.
no, this week went by like quite fast. Like it
Yes,
really
it did.
did.
Yes, it did.
Um, so tonight's show. Oh, by the way, I'm Travis. If y'all didn't know, and with me is,
Hi.
yeah,
The
there we
usual.
go.
Brandon. Hi. Howdy. Tonight's
Normally when
topic's a
we,
bit off topic, but it's a good one,
it's a,
relevant
it's a good
to
topic. It's a
today's
good
world.
topic. Yeah.
Um,
Um, Go ahead. Introduce the topic.
it's one of our other hosts. He had the idea of taking the sci-fi books and the movies, all that stuff way back when, and comparing that to what's now. What was science fiction 30 years ago is actually a reality, i.e., AI, artificial intelligence, cybernetics for amputated arms and limbs. They even have a simple example is a pacemaker in your heart.
Yeah. A
So
pacemaker is
it's
very important.
what we watched with the movie Dune and all those other alien movies, the
We have
Star
video.
Trek
We
Into
have video calling cell
Wars.
phones.
Yeah, there you go.
You can call people on TV. Like Star Trek, you can actually, beam him on screen. Oh, he's on screen now. Oh, yeah, we can do that. We can do
Yeah,
that in this day and
yep.
age.
You can. The hollow table that the Avengers use in the movies and whatnot, that's actually a thing now.
It is, and I
Microsoft
want one
unveiled that
so badly.
this year at E3
I
for
want one.
potential
Just
strategy type video games on the table. It'll bring up the HoloLens and you'll see everything laid out. That's a thing
they did
now.
it for Minecraft. They did
Yeah,
it for Minecraft.
yeah.
Yeah, virtual reality is a major thing. I will be getting my oh man, what is that thing called? My Samsung VR
Oh, are you
Oculus.
gonna get you're gonna do that? Okay, cool, cool.
Yeah,
We're gonna
I'm
have to
getting
do a
that.
solid review for that then. That's awesome. Oh,
Here's the here's the
oh,
Edge. This is the
okay.
Samsung G7
Got an
Edge.
upgrade.
Notice it's the edges. Yeah. Um,
See, that
but
falls into it. If you remember the movie Judge Dredd in the '80s, there was a
yeah,
scene. I'm not going to go into detail about the scene, but there's a scene where they use a virtual reality thing, and it feels real to them. So it's getting to that point.
no, it's not even getting to that
Anybody
point.
that's
Like
seen the movie
people have
knows
actually
it.
tried to do that. People have actually tried to people have done this. This is like an actual thing. I was like, are you serious? We're
Yeah,
okay. So we gotta we gotta take care of our basic carnal instincts when it comes down to our technology. It's either it's gonna make our lives a lot more easier, or it's going to replace something. That's that's basically how we look at technology. It's either if it's gonna make our lives easier, if it doesn't make our lives easier, we don't want to have anything to do with it, or we wait until we figure out like, yeah, this will actually make my life easier, and I can actually replace some things.
it's like with the cell
Because
phone. Back in the day,
yeah,
it started as a big old brick that people thought gave you cancer of the ear and irradiated your head when you used it. Now,
nowadays you
the
can't tell
cell
people.
phone and Twitter, Facebook, that's replaced what was common back in the day social reaction, social interaction, not
Yeah,
reaction. Now, there's not very often that you meet a person that knows how to shake a damn hand. Excuse my own language.
I
They know
mean
how
this is very
to
true
text on
though.
the phone, and that's because what was not reality way back when is now commonplace. It's getting to the
Yep.
point where the Google Glass idea that was inspired because of the old science fiction movies and books. That was always a theme for those kind of books. The HUD display over your power suit or what have you, whatever you were. That's
Right.
what inspired the idea. Taking uh, internet and incorporating that into your everyday life through Google Glass, through the heads-up display. And that wasn't a thing 30 years ago. We didn't even think that was possible. We didn't even think flat screen TVs were a thing. We
You
didn't
remember
know
when like
about
flat screens used to
LEDs.
cost so much?
Oh my God. When they first came out, they weren't even flat. They were still about this
Nah.
fat, but the screen was nice and flat instead of concave.
It was like this. It was like this much. This is what a flat screen TV was like when they first came out. It was like this. And then now it's like this, and now it's glass, so it's
You
like
can roll it
smoothly invisible.
there. To add on to that, there is now a form of monitor for PCs and big TVs, like a 42-inch like I have. You can take
Right.
the screen, and it has no formal rigid structure supporting it. You can take this screen and roll it up like you would a poster and put it in a poster board, and the screen
and
still
just tuck it away.
functions.
And you just tuck it away somewhere.
You just put it in your damn computer bag when you go, and whenever you're done, you unroll it, and it's back to how it was. What they use is a magnetic fluid filled outside. So when you roll it up, that deactivates. When you unroll it, that activates, and it has a semi-structure. That came from science fiction. We didn't.
I mean,
all of these
everything
ideas came
comes from science fiction.
Seriously. Where
Everything comes from
the
science
ideas were just ideas put on paper for entertainment in a book. But scientists and geniuses said, well, that's an awesome idea. I kind of want to recreate that. And that's what happened.
Like we have there's a drone racing league.
Yeah, I see that.
Kid
where
just
they race
kid
around.
just won like $250,000 in the drone racing league. I seriously want to get into the drone racing league in a heartbeat. I really do, because it is. I don't even want to say it's like phenomenal idea, but
well, it is. It is because that technology is awesome.
You know, you're sitting here with a remote control, flying a drone. That's science fiction that came like straight out of a movie back in the day. That came out.
The drone uses the same principles as a space rocket going out of orbit. The gyroscopes, the stabilizers, the actual mobility to it. The theory behind it is the same. It's not like an airplane. They are essentially a mini helicopter, and the systems they use to stay stable and everything, same stuff that NASA uses in their rockets.
But these are fast.
Oh,
these drones are not. These drones are fast. They're not slow at all. They're not like these little drones that you can buy at like Walmart.
The reason being is all those individual rotors got their own motor. They have instead of plastic wings, they're using metal, so they don't bend, they don't fracture, they just push.
Yeah.
So they're insanely fast, and the idea is taking off. It's you could say the military started the drone stuff, but now commercial drones are where I was watching Shark Tank, the reality TV show. Inventors bring in their ideas and they evaluate, and then the investors decide if they want to invest in the product. There's a lot of awesome products. There was one dude that had a personal drone. You put it together in 5 seconds with a few clicks of pins and screws in place, and that's it. Take it down in 5 seconds, just the same. But he had an equal model available to where you could snap your phone into it. And the phone's stabilizers and gyroscopes that are in the phones for GPS, they stabilize the drone and power the drone. And you can fly that little mini phone drone, is what it was called, anywhere. And this idea came way back when Tom Clancy was writing his novels and when the military first started experimenting with drones, man. And now you can put your damn phone into it and have your way.
Yeah.
So it is now 2016. We don't have flying cars. We don't have spaceships that can go to Mars and back in 6 hours. Not yet.
Right. Not yet.
Those ideas,
they're working on that. We have to terraform Mars. There's a lot to do. They're working on
the science fiction movie The Martian that Matt Damon did is a solid idea. There was a lot of comedy and jest to the movie, but the idea behind it was profound. It's
Right.
there's no atmosphere, there's nothing but some water that we found on Mars and fossils of ancient microbes that were on Mars, so no direct life. But the idea is there. The dude was stranded on Mars. He used his habitation pod to grow potatoes from poop.
Yep.
Spoiler alert, I'm sorry.
Literally.
But that was just an idea 20 years ago, 30 years ago. We went to the moon, and that opened eyes. That took that science fiction idea of space travel from the movies and the books and said, well, you know what? We can actually kind of do that. We need to
You
do
can go
that more.
farther than that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we've gone further. We took that sci-fi idea.
Well,
We
with
did NASA.
satellites,
We did the satellites.
with satellites, with drones, not with actual people.
Well, yeah, no, not with people. Not with people. No, not yet. But I mean, with you mentioned that we need to go farther. The idea behind Cassini and everything, the space probes that are effectively outside of the solar system that we know is the Milky Way, those were just
Right.
ideas way back when. We weren't able to send out
Yep.
probes like that and investigate the deep space because we just didn't do it. No one had the idea. And that all just came from decades of people thinking, people learning. We adapted. We now know there's a lot of crap out there in space. Oh yeah.
Yeah, Pluto's not a planet.
Yeah, it is.
Kind of
Suck it.
mess with me.
It's a planet now. NASA has called it a little micro planet, what have you. You know, there's probably now a 10th and 11th planet in our solar system. Yeah.
Like,
We're
when it comes down to
finding
it,
more and more about it. It's go
we
ahead, sir.
we have regular inventions that we've built upon, we've explored, and technology has allowed us to make the most difficult of tasks the simplest of now. Like, you have
Yep.
technology in the ER room to sit up there, and we now use lasers instead of scalpels
Yeah.
because the laser is more precise, and it cauterizes as it makes an incision. So people are not as risk they're not at risk to harmful exposures or anything else like that while sitting in an opera room table. Whereas
Yep.
back in the 1860s, open heart surgery was like, you might die. It's like,
Well, there's a good
you
chance you
might
will
actually
die.
die. Like, we're not even going to sugarcoat this, anything like that. Like, you have a
Yeah.
80% chance of like fatality rate. Like,
and you talk about the ER
now
stuff.
now we cut that down like to like 20%.
Even less
You
than
got
that.
like
Even less than
20%.
that. The medical quality of that
Yeah,
is
you
so
got 10%.
good.
You have
We
you have
have
a
3D
10%.
printers using DNA to print organs. Instead of waiting for them to
Yeah.
grow or using a pig heart de-blooded, you can physically drain the cells from a heart and
We
make it human.
are 3D printing
3D printing
vascular
with
hearts now.
DNA cells, a full heart, veins, skin tissue. There is the DNA cells from the person themselves, and those are grown as they would for a regular skin graft or something. But instead of
Right.
taking that DNA and putting it over the burn wound or what have you, they're taking that and putting it into a printer and making it.
I heard it's like 10 times. I heard that it's safer because you're using the own person's DNA
It
instead
is.
of like, you're like
There's
looking for
still
a
a chance of
donor.
rejection, yes, but there is. If it rejects it, it rejects it. You try again. If it takes, then it automatically takes. There's no need for the whole medical bystander of watching to make sure it's not going to be rejected and the person accidentally die. No major medications to be on for the exception to take place. So it's a lot more viable. It drops the wait list down for people that need things like livers, kidneys, new heart, new lung.
Well,
The potential is there.
kidneys, hearts, lungs.
It's
bone
basic
marrow
right now.
transplants.
It's mainly just records of veins, and they've made a complete heart.
Yeah.
So it's there. It's now a thing to actually do. The theory of immortality is one step closer. That was always a sci-fi goal. The bad guy wants the end all be all to never dying, you know? Now it's more of a reach for the common man. If you can afford to have a new heart printed, you got a new heart printed.
I mean, when it comes down to it, like cybernetics and that whole idea of being turned into a cyborg or having a cybernetic limbs or something like that has always it takes me back. Like no, seriously, like it takes me back to like old movies like Akira, Ghost in the Shell, my anime heritage right there.
Oh,
Like
Ghost in the
that's what it
Shell
takes me
is
back
a
to. And
huge good one to bring up because
I, I,
those
I
people were.
seriously like
I understand. It's a weird thing to think that we're
yeah, it's
now.
weird.
All right, an example. You're working in a lumber factory or something. You're feeding lumber into a chipper.
Right.
Your hand actually accidentally gets chipped. What we can do now is we can take a 3D printer. We can take fiberglass, ceramics, you combine it. You can actually make a functioning movable hand with hinges that function like your joints. All of this done with the 3D printer. Once you add electronics to that and you hook that to your nervous system, as they do now with simple amputee parts and whatnot, you then have a functioning hand again. It's a lot stronger than your other hand
Yeah.
because it's not going to break. So, I mean, that's doable. That's being done now. I can go out and buy a 3D printer, find a design for an amputee hand, amputee leg, foot, and print that myself. The only cost would be the printer, finding the
The
design and getting
printer,
rights to
finding
use
the
it,
surgeon
and the materials.
and
Then
the
you would need
surgeon.
to find do it. But the cost of that 3D printer, $150. The materials maybe a lot more because it's fiberglass and ceramic and whatnot. It's sturdy stuff. It's
Right.
not made to withstand.
I mean, but
I mean, that's
you
a thing.
take
We
like
thought,
you have people like making eyes like we're taking digital cameras using them to like have people see that we're blind.
yeah,
Like we're making progress in the right direction,
yep.
but at the same time, it's like, can you go too far? Can
Oh hell
can
yeah.
you
Oh
actually go?
yes.
Can we actually go too far
And
with the
and
technology?
that brings up the link that Miss
And
Rage
like leaps
posted
into the
earlier.
future, right?
To expand on that, our founder, one of them, Miss Rage, she posted a link pertaining to what the Japanese scientists are doing. They're taking a base robotic skeleton, forming a human look to it, like I look with my body, my skin color, hair, lack thereof hair. Um, and they're making an AI, artificial intelligence, that can physically learn. I see you laughing. And that's kind of cool, but also scary. What can that robot or AI learn? What can it process? Does it have the cognitive abilities that a human soul has? Most likely not, because it's just networks and electronics and algorithms. That's it. But this leads into things like Terminator and Skynet.
Oh yeah.
That's your point. Can it go too far? Like the link that Miss Rage
Can it
posted,
go too far?
the top of the article says, "Can you love an AI?" So it's awesome in
They're
one
making a movie about
aspect.
that. It's actually coming
Yeah, they
out.
did. It was called Her, where oh god, Quentin. No, wait,
No,
Joaquin,
not no.
Joaquin
Yeah,
Phoenix.
Joaquin
Sorry,
Phoenix.
he was the designer behind the AI, and it was like a simple phone device or some such. I've only seen snippets of the movie. I haven't
Right.
watched the full thing yet. But the AI learns and adapts. It gets more mature, and the dude and the AI develop a relationship, kind of like Flubber, where the dude had the robot floating this thing that
I
was kind of
mean,
like sister to Flubber.
Robin Williams' artificial intelligence did the same thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, Flubber. Don't
I
get me.
mean
I like Flubber though. I
yeah.
can live with Flubber. I can live with living goo. I I can live with living goo more than I can actually live with. Oh, this is a robot that's tapped into the internet that could possibly do a lot of damage because it's got artificial
Just like the
intelligence.
movie iRobot, another damn good
Yeah,
example. The human culture advanced
but that was a
beyond
whole technology city.
exactly, and that's what people like Tesla, Edison, that's what they envisioned it would be like. They thought there would be flying cars by
Microsoft,
2000. Microsoft is trying. Google is trying with their automated
Microsoft
cars.
sat up here. No. Microsoft uh, is investing. Um, I think it's either $1 million or $1 billion into city plans to make a fully technology made city. And what that means is basically voice activated restaurants, stuff like this. Like taking the actual human personality out of ordering food, as it were. Like McDonald's sat up here and was like, yeah, so just go to the little kiosk, punch in what you want, and we'll deliver it to you. Like, nah, we're not gonna take any more orders like that. Nah, we don't have somebody sitting up here like, hey, how you doing? Welcome to McDonald's. No, we're done with that. We're just gonna have you push in what you want so that we can actually get it right. Okay, cool. And then somebody in the back will make it. All right, cool.
You
And
had
then
to
you
say so they
have,
could actually get it right.
like they have shoot, I don't want to talk about my McDonald's. Then you have like uh when you're on the subway, if you're on the subway, you're looking for like transportation, you can hit a button, and the next thing you know, you're like, "Hey, how do I get to this certain destination?" It'll pull up exactly what you need, like provided probably by like Google Maps because Google like runs the entire. Hey, I need to find a location type situation, so we're gonna
Yeah.
Google it. All right. So and don't get me wrong, I would love to live in a tech city. I really would, and there's good things that come with living in a tech city, and there's bad things that come with living in a tech city. Like your power bill might be ridiculously outrageous. You might have to like own a Tesla. You
Well,
might be required to buy a Tesla to live in this tech
probably.
city
If it's at that point, then you can relate it
because there will be
to,
no gas stations.
yeah, it would be
You
like the
need to have
Fifth
an electric
Element.
car.
Think about that city. Remember how innovative it was in a way for what it was? I mean, they had luxury cruise ships that floated around in space, traveling from planet to planet. And this was in
Yeah.
what, late 80s, early 90s, whenever this movie came out.
Yep.
So I'd be all right with the tech city. It would be that much further into less and less of a human thing,
I
which is
mean,
a good thing and a bad thing.
like you're already being chipped. Like I don't. Everybody wanted to sit up there and be like, "Yo, I don't want to be chipped ever again." I'm not okay with being chipped.
Yeah, yeah,
The credit cards nowadays are being chipped. Like,
yep.
yo, I need my Samsung Pay thing to work because that little chip thing, if you put it in, you still ask you for your little PIN number. I don't. That's the whole point of asking for credit because I didn't want to give you my PIN number. Like, that's kind of a key reason there. But mind you, the chip thing is kind of new. Like they're still tampering with it. They're still trying to fix that. But if I could pay it off my phone, I'm good. So yeah,
That's
Android
getting more
Pay,
and
Apple
more.
Pay.
Yeah, yeah. It's getting to the point where those apps can use the IR function, the infrared function, to your phone, and connect
Yeah,
that
your
with the
NFC.
credit card reader and whatnot. And you just connect the IR like you would point it towards the thing and connect it, and that
Yeah,
would initiate
you
the payment.
just point it and then it just goes.
That's it. That's a thing now, but it's not widespread because a lot of the old credit card readers are just that. They're old. They're not updated. They're not using a
Yeah.
Wi-Fi connection or anything like that.
All right, I'm gonna give a subliminal shout out to Samsung because Samsung, you're doing it right because y'all have integrated it so it works with very, very, very old
Yep.
credit card readers. I did it. I did it recently. So
Oh, it
thank you,
actually works for
Samsung,
you
for
like
doing
that.
that.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, it works. It
That's
works.
awesome.
It works. Dude has a old school, like the one of the little old school like credit card readers, and I'm like, all right, look, let me pay like this. Oh, and it worked. I was like, yes, I'm
That's
so
awesome.
happy about
Okay,
that.
so that's the thing then. Samsung is doing it right.
Yeah,
I know Apple tried it.
Samsung did it right. I don't know
Apple,
about Apple. I don't know
no,
about Apple. I
they
don't have an
tried it.
iPhone.
They had to have a little adapter you plug into your phone. It was called Apple SurePay or whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah.
I can't remember. But that actually was breached, and a lot of people lost a lot of contact information. They lost their accounts, all that stuff. So for Samsung to integrate it directly into your phone is that much closer to like a two-step factor authenticator, essentially. It's
Oh yeah.
more of a way
It's
to ensure that.
you need authentication. You have to either give up your fingerprint, everything.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And
That's another thing. Fingerprints.
oh, it's
What's
that's
going on
getting
here?
big. There's
Oh no,
laptops being
it
made with
froze.
fingerprint readers. No, you're good. You're good.
Okay. Um.
So I mean that's even a thing at GameStop. And
Yeah.
where did that come from again? Old sci-fi books. Fingerprint reader to open a sliding gas door in a spaceship. Star Trek had it.
Retinal
Star
scanners.
Wars
You have
had it.
retinal scanner.
The retinal scanner that the government people use now. I mean that's a
That
thing.
exists.
Yeah, that's
That
all
exists.
from an idea.
I'm still kind of leery about the whole retinal scanner thing because I really think that the scan of your eye on a constant basis is really bad for your eyes.
Or it's a low res laser. It's not like the laser pointers you used to mess with your dog and cat and whatnot.
No,
That's an
but I mean,
actual
either
high
way,
definition
it's
laser.
something that you have to access like every day.
Well, it's
Yeah.
akin to what they use at the eye doctor.
I mean, but you don't see the eye doctor every day. I'm saying like over time, I feel like that would become a problem.
True, true.
Over
Travis, do you
time,
want to go ahead
not
and do
like immediately, just
shout-outs
over time.
mid-show instead of after show?
For the shoutouts,
Yep, yep.
for the shoutouts,
I got him if you don't.
I got them. It's a
Okay.
lot.
Oh yeah, it's a lot.
You want you want to do half and half?
Yep, go for it.
All right, so I'm gonna do the shout outs. First shout out of the night goes to all right,
Hail Hydra.
that's Hail Hydra, but it's not spelled Hail Hydra. So Hail Hydra. Well, welcome to the shout out collection there. Um Living Legends, Living Legends Comics, Pulp Addiction, Lady Legend Comics, Once Upon a Once Upon a Time on a Planet Earth, Ladies Venom Lair, Game Share and Play, Gamers Geek Radio, Bugsy Smith Gaming, Geeks, Girls, and Games, Gamers Geek,
And the
and
last of
you
them
can
are where you can find Gamers Geek Radio. We're on
yeah
Twitter
you can find us
at
on Twitter.
Gamers Geek Radio, Instagram at Lady Rage, that's Miss Rage. At Gamers Geek Radio as well. And then Tumblr, which don't use, but it's Gamers Geek Radio Clan. There we go.
Which is gamers_geek_radio_clan. You can find us on
Excuse
Tumblr.
me, sir.
Yeah. All right.
All right, back to the regular programming.
Thank you guys for listening, by the way. We appreciate you and we thank you for your support.
Definitely.
Now, yeah, back to the Versus Exposure program. Before we get any further, I got to mention some things that happened this week in the gaming world, technology world.
Go for it.
Real quick. Microsoft sat there and proposed to Sony to do a meeting of the minds, as it will, of, hey, can you allow your PlayStation Plus players to play with our Xbox Live players?
Yep. They extended that offer to Steam as well.
They extended the offer to Steam. Steam,
Yep.
I believe,
This
has
is the.
not.
I'll point out. This is the
Steam
third time.
Steam has responded with positivity.
Yes, Steam is all for it. They're working out the details. So there's a possibility that Microsoft Xbox Live Gold players, you have to have gold, keep in mind.
Yeah.
You will be able to play with the Steam players, i.e. on games like The Division or Rocket League or even
Rocket League
Minecraft.
is the first one.
Yeah, Rocket League, there's already cross-console play between PC and PlayStation for that. So
Right.
I will point out this is the third time Microsoft has said we want to do this. They have been shut down by the other companies for those times.
Well, okay. Let me rephrase. No, because that's not entirely accurate. Because Sony back in 2007 wanted Microsoft to but Sony didn't do it publicly. Sony didn't do it publicly.
It was a back.
Sony did it privately, and it was a ploy because it was due to Sony's sales against the 360 for the PS3. It was bad. This is during the whole red ring and yellow dot crisis and Sony getting hacked and all this other crap that happened.
Yep.
During that time, Sony reached out to Microsoft behind closed doors, and it got leaked out. I'm not going to say what site it got leaked out on, but if you do know the site that, comes out with some really good stuff first, but you don't know if it's actually true or not. Yeah, it's a pretty popular site. It's there. It's there. You can look it up. You can Google it. Just, you can do it. It'll pop up instantly. Just so that you can get your hey, let me make sure this is actually true because he said that. So let me it's actually true. But that didn't work. That didn't work out the first time, and now because I don't want to say that it's Microsoft because Xbox One sales are down, or it's because
it's not.
PlayStation 4 sales
are up. Microsoft's new goal with Xbox. They're trying to make it modular.
Yeah, and Sony has not responded to Microsoft. Nope. They've responded to this is Sony's response. Sony's response was basically, we will talk to developers and publishers of games about integrating this type of technology. We're not against this technology, but they have not directly said, hey, Microsoft, we're willing to open up the lines of communication. That ain't happening. And I don't think that's going to happen because you have certain games that are coming out for the next for the next few years. Sony has some games lined up. Xbox has some games lined up that's exclusively for them.
Yeah.
Exclusive titles. And then you also have those games that are cross-platform, but get in-game content first.
Yes.
So because everybody was like, yo, this is awesome. This is a great idea. It's not, because Call of Duty. All right, let's I'm going to break it down to you like this. Call of Duty servers are already some trash. Destiny servers have been some trash. And these are the two games that people have kept talking about. I'm not going to go into Tom Clancy's Division just yet because nothing has dropped for Tom Clancy's Division.
No, not yet. It's still
season
brand
pass
new.
is on a monthly. It's on a monthly basis, so we won't see any content until April.
Yeah.
Whereas Division and whereas Destiny and Call of Duty, those exclusive things happen on PlayStation's network first. Now, these are the games that are big, they're multiplayer, they're like, yo, we really want this to actually happen. That way I can play it with my friend that has a PlayStation 4 instead of Xbox One, or vice versa. It's a great idea, but let's think about it. Just trying to connect on your own server with other Xbox players. How is that working out?
It's
Now
broken
you're talking
right
about
now still.
cross-platforming. Like, it's a great
Even
idea. It's
even
great.
the
It's a
Xbox
great.
parties are
It's
still broken.
Unity.
So
Unity. Yeah, they are. And I'm not gonna say about like PlayStation 4. I'm not gonna go into this whole fanboy thing. I'm not sitting up here like, all right, this console's better than this console. No, I'm not doing that. I'm just going off of just games. Just games. Okay, this is just about games at this moment in time. What are y'all gonna do about the next like DLC that comes out for Black Ops 3? PlayStation Plus owners get it first, and everybody knows if your friend doesn't have that content,
you
you ain't
can't do
playing
it.
the game. So you're gonna have like little special lobbies, like, hey, we want to play with like PlayStation 4 owners. That is something for PC. That is something that only a PC is willing to handle. Like a PC literally can handle all that rigmarole and all that like that. And it's great because Windows 10 is on the Xbox One. It's on, most PCs, but the situation at hand is basically you have no integration between Xbox and PlayStation. That doesn't
Yeah.
exist. Like PlayStation, like PC could be the whole little. It could be the connector. It could be the gateway to both of these consoles. But these two consoles together automatically, nah, it's not happening. It's not. I'm sorry. That's my 2 cents about that. That's my 2 cents about that. It's not. Oh man, it's not a good. I don't think it's a good idea, and I'm
It's all right.
until they're like willing to sit up there and be like, "Hey, we're done with doing exclusive content. We're done with doing season passes."
That
And
will
that's
be it.
something that you got to talk to game developers about. Um,
All right, back on topic. Small topic
yep.
change.
I mean, we're still talking about technology,
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
innovations of technology, and how they help people. I don't exactly know how that. I mean, it would help a lot of people out because that way you don't have to like go out and buy two consoles. Just saying. Um, man. Oh yeah, Japan and America are going to have a robot battle coming up pretty soon. Forgot about that.
How, like, typical AI robot or what? Like the old robot battle
This is
TV
like
show? Remember that?
no, no, no. Yeah, yeah. BattleBots. Nah,
Yeah,
it's not like
yeah.
BattleBots. This is like two. This is like a trailer size two bots in a ring fighting each other with like paintball
Like
cannons and soda
Real
cans and stuff
Steel.
like that.
How they
Like
had the AI robots, they were
yeah,
controlled by the okay.
yeah. This is like some real steel thing that's about to go down. And it was funny because the Japanese had showed their robot first, and this robot looks like a premature version of a Gundam.
Oh my
It's
god.
like, and then you saw the American version. I'm just like, that robot just screams America, just screams America. It doesn't scream like, yo, we're gonna get dealt with. I don't get me wrong. I don't
Uh,
think I'm not trying to take sides or anything, but I seen the Japanese robot. That thing looks like a miniature Gundam, and if you know Gundam, you
yeah,
know how
yeah,
efficient
yeah,
Gundams are.
yeah.
So that we have that to look forward to. By the
That's
way, that's gonna
awesome
be
though.
televised.
That
It might
that
be
tells
like a
you
pay per
that
view event.
the AI robot department has come from just simple. Do you remember the Connect or Connects kind of robots that you can make? You build the motors, you build the little metal scaffolding for the
Yeah,
robots and whatnot. That was back in the day as a kid. You can make your own little mini tractor and whatnot. It would actually work.
right.
They took that and they said, you know what, screw it. We're going to apply this to a higher stance. And now we have robots that are going to fight each other in a ring that's based off an AI from who knows where, made to do whatever, who knows. That's kind of
I'm.
awesome. The
It
the man
is.
in
It's
me
great.
is all jazzed up because that's an adrenaline fueled fight between two robots. Then the nerd in me is saying, "How was that robot built? Please, thank you." It makes me think of the exosuits used in all the movies and stuff. Like
Oh,
even in the
dude.
Matrix, they had those giant exosuits with the gun arms. And then you had with
See, when you say exosuits, it just brings me back to like Mech Warrior. Like my
yeah,
mind automatically goes back to Mech Warrior.
yeah,
Like PC
yeah.
all
The old
day, Mech
PC Mech
Warrior. That's what
Warrior
I was playing.
game. That was inspired by the
Got a joystick.
old movies. I mean, you're a giant mech, and there's other mechs, and you look just like a Gundam, like Travis said, depending on the mech that you're using. Or
Yeah,
if you saw the old anime Big O, you look just like that, a giant robot with two.
Big O.
That was another one. That was a freaky one that had a robot that could feel and think, and then a pilot that piloted that robot AI. It was a weird concept, but
It got
again,
dark. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah,
That got dark.
got dark. Taken from old sci-fi shows, that sort of thing. It's
Astro
and
Boy was dark.
yeah, yep.
Like the original black and white Astro Boy, that was dark. I had to rewatch that. I was like, yeah, this got dark really quick. Um, but that's just off of science fiction and the human mind and the technology, the ideas that we
Yeah,
conceive in our
yeah.
mind, and we just like we have a passion, we have this drive to make them a reality, no matter
We
exactly
invent,
how.
we adapt. If we get an idea as humans, we make it a reality. I mean, someone 20 years ago, 20, 30 years ago, lost an arm, said, you know what, I'm going to take this idea of a cybernetic human and try and make it a reality. They started developing amputated arms, amputated legs, hands.
I'm not gonna
And
lie, I'm starting to like question. Like, I wanna get into nanobot technology just a little bit because
that's a thing.
I want a nano cybernetic eye.
What
I
they
want
can
a
do
nano
is
eye.
it's
I
just
want a nano
relegated to
eye. I want
medical
a nano
stuff right
limb.
now. But it's like nano sized
Oh yeah, I
cameras,
know, most definitely.
nano
It's not
tubes that
cosmetic.
can no, not so much. There's actual uses for it. There was an idea, a patent from a doctor. He was using the idea of old nanobots going into your human body and clearing out your system, clearing out your arteries, that sort of thing. But what it is, it's
Right.
a nanosurgical tool that can go into your major blood vessels, your major arteries, your carotid, your major arteries in your legs and shit, and flush it out. It goes through and it chips away the cholesterol. It just cleans out your major arteries around your heart and your major limbs and whatnot.
It's
And
like bye bye cholesterol.
essentially, the theory behind it was nanotechnology,
Yeah.
which is just tiny mechanized pieces, tiny electronics. Nano is just a smart word of saying tiny ass robots, which is we're getting there as well. I mean, you already know we can make CPU processors the size of a pinhead that can process 1,000 algorithms a second. And Miss Rage just had a good point. She had the idea of the advancements getting so much that you can replace full sections of the human body. A good example is a polio, or not polio, scoliosis, the curvature of the spine.
Yeah, yeah.
You can
They've
essentially
three
take.
D. They can 3D print the curvatures of spine and put it into place.
Yep.
I've actually seen this happen. I've seen the operation. It was on a Swedish. It was on a Swedish medical research news feed type thing. It shows up
Okay.
on my. It shows up on my Facebook. But what they did was they took the 3 point the 3 point spine, no,
Yeah.
the point three of the spine, 3D printed it, and they you see the whole operation, and they cut this guy's spine and all the way down, and you just see the bone and everything. It gets this gets like a little gory. I'm not gonna lie,
That's
but
fine. That's fine. It's understandable.
they remove the problem. They insert this 3D mold of a perfectly good point three, of the spine. They slip it in there, make sure that everything is like functioning and everything like
Yeah,
that.
all the spinal cord, he can still function and everything. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, sew him back up, and the guy now has full mobility of his two arms. Because before he didn't.
Wow.
He could only like move like one arm like all the
Yeah,
way
yeah,
up,
because
and the
the
other one was
scoliosis
like
can
right
get so
here.
bad,
Yeah,
or a broken back can get so bad that you're saying now they can remove that broken section of bone and tissue, ligament, cartilage, what have you. Make sure the spinal cord is intact and safe, supported, because that is a must. If not, then you're paralyzed.
yeah,
They can replace the broken part or the issue section with a new 3D printed carbon, whatever it is, whatever won't leach into the body, whatever won't break down, and would act like a normal spine and absorb. That's amazing.
yeah. They're coming up with lung replacements now,
That is amazing.
like a bag that sits
Yeah,
where
yeah.
your lung is supposed to sit, and it just pumps you with air. And this bag can like it has a longevity life of like the next 50 years. It's a very expensive operation, and it's technically this is only for like cancer patients, like lung cancer patients, and but this is happening over in Denmark. I know this is out of country. This is not even the United States. This is out of country,
Believe it or
and
not, the Europeans have some of
I've
the
seen
best
that one too.
medicals.
It's
They That's insane.
I don't know. You broke in and out. I don't know what
Oh,
happened there.
can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, Google.
I don't know what's going on. But oh man, you have medically, you're giving soldiers that, amputees back limbs. You got cybernetic legs, arms, full functioning. I remember the kid that got the Iron Man arm. I
Yep.
was kind of jealous.
Yep, that was cool. That was
And
awesome.
he got it presented by Robert Downey Jr., but it was a
In
Iron
character and
Man hand
everything. That
that
was so cool.
for him. It was
Yep.
for him. I was like, yeah, I was kind of jealous of that. I was
Yep.
really jealous. But it works. It works. And now
Yeah.
this kid has a Iron
Kid
Man
has
arm.
the most badass automated appendage in the world now. All from
Yeah.
a sci-fi idea 30 years ago. Yeah.
Oh, man.
There's a lot we can do. There
I'm just
really
waiting for
is.
the nanotechnology to just come out.
It's gonna be a long time for that, like the traditional nano stuff that people are thinking about. That what people are real thinking about is a little tiny microscopic robot that kind of goes in your body, enhances your brain, and enhances your strength and whatnot.
Exactly.
And it's on the
Exactly.
way to that. It really is. It's not possible to go into the brain and enhance the nerves and the connections. No, that would probably kill
No.
us if we fuck with that. Excuse my
Yeah.
language. But
But the muscles and everything
thing.
else like that,
It's
a
an
possibility.
idea. Yes. Yes.
It's a theory. It's a theory.
It's just like small side tangents. It's
Because
about
I would cut down on going
science.
to the gym a lot.
Oh hell yeah. Oh yeah. I would be eating all the ribs and hot
Just
dogs
saying.
for dinner every night because those little things would be inside clearing out the cholesterol as soon as you eat it. Go to work, little dudes.
And I'm like, yo, this is awesome.
Oh, that
I could only
hamburger over
spend like
there
an
that's
hour in
got
the
8
gym. I'm
patties
just
and 12 pieces of cheese. Oh, that's not a heart attack waiting. No, thank you. That's delicious.
like I said, as long as it makes your life easier. As long as it makes your life easier.
And that's what it's getting to. It
Um,
is. It's going in the direction of more advancements, more technology. Yes, it's only 2016, but we're getting to the point where we are not relying on the environment and the planet to do it for us anymore. We are doing it for ourselves. We're making up more forms of energy, more forms
yeah,
of using that energy for efficiency, i.e., just simple power plants, solar power plants that make up.
right.
Good question. Good example. Nevada or Arizona, I can't remember which one. They have one of the largest solar power plants in the United States in the middle of the desert. Nothing's near it, no towns, no cities, nobody can live there. It's just a wasteland. But this power plant makes up pretty much 80% of the power for that state. That whole entire state off of sun energy, solar power.
Yeah.
Sun energy, totally. That's all just from a random ass idea from a dude way back when saying, you know what? What if I can make these conductive cells absorb solar power and then transfer that shit over there? Yeah, let's try that. And it worked.
I mean, solar power, solar power technology has been dabbled has like we've used solar power technology for a long time.
Oh yeah.
NASA has to use solar power for the robots that are on different planets
Yep.
because of the fact there's no outsourcing power there.
Yep.
There's no water there because if there was water on
Yep.
another planet, we would have been moved. We've been
Oh yeah.
gone like instantly because that means if there's water, there's plants. Now we can deal with
There's the building blocks of life.
right. We can deal with the terraforming aspects of oxygen or monoxide or anything else like that later. All you need to do is have a station there, send down the ground crews, pick up samples, do research. It was just technically what we're supposed to be doing on Mars. That is the idea. That's the theory of what we're
Yep.
supposed to be doing on Mars.
And
Um,
we found water on Mars, liquid water, not ice,
yeah,
not evaporated, but liquid. We found evidence that it was running.
yeah.
It's deep inside Mars, probably where the core resided in Mars, which is no longer there.
It's where the Martians actually are.
I would not be
I'm
surprised.
just saying, don't get me wrong.
There's so many books that I've
If
read,
we keep
science fiction
messing with
wise, where
Mars,
the
I just want to
Martians are
know like how
underground.
soon.
All those books just make you think more and more that we're not that lucky. We're not the only planet in the universe. I'm sorry, but humans ain't that lucky.
We're not going to talk about aliens, okay? We're not going to right now. But I'm just
Look,
saying.
that's another
I just threw it
show.
out there. I just threw it out there. Just do it.
That's another
Just a little
show.
idea. Yeah, that's definitely another show. That's definitely another
No,
show.
it's
But
2016.
yeah,
We're doing things that we didn't think possible even 10 years ago.
we have
We
self-driving
didn't
cars
think.
now.
Yeah,
They cost a lot, but we have self-driving cars.
there's cars that run on methane. They run on poop.
I mean, you got
Serious.
cars that run on, just your house electricity. You have cars that run on solar
Yeah,
power. You have cars
Tesla is
that
doing
run
demos for that.
on
His
corn
electric
oil.
car. I mean, Tesla is
Now,
scaring the car community so bad that the normal cars, the gas-powered cars, are trying to force him out of business. He's proven everybody wrong with what he's doing. He even has a car that is registered as a roadster, i.e., a car with more than 250 horsepower that can reach 180 miles an hour in under 6 seconds. From an electric-powered car. That is equivalent of a 325 horsepower Corvette, turboed out, with enough torque to push up that quick in 6 seconds. Sorry, I'm a car nut, so I
yeah,
love this thing. And he did that with electric motors.
an electric shoe. Yeah,
I'm sorry,
kind
gas
of
powered
puts that
cars,
whole
you can
idea
suck it.
of yeah, but until you like realize, the price of a Tesla
It's getting cheaper.
then it
It is
becomes
getting much cheaper.
like
It's still
it
50,
is getting
60,
cheap. It's
$80,000.
no.
But
See, here's the thing. Here's the thing when it comes down to getting cheap. Until Tesla can sit up there and give you a car for 20 some $1,000 like everybody
yeah,
else, the
yeah,
starting
yeah.
MSRP price, it's not getting cheaper. This is still a high end luxury
Yeah,
vehicle.
it's still for the higher class or the middle class that says, you know what, fuck it, my first car is gonna be that.
I can
Again,
go into
excuse my
debt. I
language.
can go. I can be here. I can be here, and this will be my car. This will be my baby. But I will
Exactly.
have this. This is mine, and I own it. Yay! But I mean, I gave up a limb. I gave up like a kidney. They can replace that now. Like
They took
you
my
just think about it.
firstborn
Remember, like the
child
old
for this
saying,
car. I'll see him in
I
18 years
I
when it's
gave
paid
like
off.
my arm and a limb. I gave a limb and an arm. I gave a leg and an arm for this car. Like
And
you can actually do that now and get it
the
replaced.
basis for the
Again,
idea behind electric and solar powered cars came from science fiction, came from movies, came from book
yeah, that
ideas written 40, 50 years ago. Even early 1800s, late 1800s, there were people writing about these strange theories that they had. Tesla is the best example. They made a movie about one of his awkward ideas. It's called Tomorrowland, where Tesla envisioned a world that he and the other great minds could build in the sky, another dimension. And this was before Einstein had his theory of relativity and alternate dimensions. They were thinking about this kind of science fiction stuff. They never got to it, but
so it's not
it
going
was a
to
possibility.
multi-dimensional universes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's still a theory. We proved
There'll
one
be
of
a whole
Einstein's
segue into
theory of
comics. That'll be a whole
gravitation.
segue into comics. We don't have time for that.
Oh my god. It's another
We don't
show.
have time for that. That's a whole other show.
No, it's
But like you
there's
said,
big
yeah,
moves.
you have
Big moves.
Einstein's theory of relevant of E equals MC squared. That theory is like the poster child for us trying to develop better and become better. Even though it's not even like we're taking for granted of what is around us on a natural basis, but it's just like if you can't afford to go to, Jellystone Park or whatever like that, you can throw in the Oculus and be at Jellystone Park. You can do that now. You have that ability.
There
I was
you
in
go.
Dubai sitting in the parking lot just trying on the Oculus. I'm sitting here like, yo, I'm here. I feel it. You can feel certain things, and it's bad when you're outside and you feel a car just drive by you and you're like on a beach somewhere and there's just wind and you're like, yeah,
Oh.
I almost got hit by a car. You don't wear the Oculus outside. Just don't do that. It's not
Oh
an
my
outside
god.
device. Neither would be the Halo lens. Anything that's virtual reality that will throw
No,
your
that's
mind
all
into
inside.
an
All inside.
active environment and you don't know what's going on around you on the outside, stay in the house. That's a stay in the house device. Google Glass had a kind of right idea, except that people were walking into stuff because they were too focused on the
Yeah.
YouTube videos and not, focused on what's going on around them, even though you could actually see what's going on around you. But there's a cause and effect for everything. There's a benefit and there's also a repercussions, as it were, for these type of technologies that we have.
Yeah.
Virtual reality technology, if you're outside, you're going to get hurt. You're going to have a bad time. If you're in the house, you're going to have fun. You're going to be good. You're in the privacy of your
You
own
can
home.
flail
Everything
around
there is
and
good.
fall off the couch all you want inside your own home. Outside,
Right.
you might fall into the road while using your cell phone hooked up to the VR.
Yeah.
I don't think you want to
It's not a
fall
good
into the
idea.
road.
Yeah, at all. It's not.
So
So
there's more than we can talk about just with the amount of ideas being made today. You can't even grasp what is out there and what is possible. There's things that's from the common man
there's a lot.
that are being invented.
There's a lot. And I'm pretty sure, and I want to give a shout out to Joel because this was Joel's idea for the topic of the show, and he couldn't be with us because he's going through some things. But he would definitely be like, "Yo, We gotta mention this. We gotta talk about this. I'm like, well, we got you. We got you. We're
This
having another
topic
show
will
like
happen.
this because there's
We'll
definitely a
get those
lot.
on. We
There's a
can
lot to
talk.
talk about.
There is. There's a lot of stuff in the science world and technology world that is benefiting mankind.
Tomorrow,
And
you know.
so, but all right.
I
It's
mean,
closing time.
tomorrow, like they could be sitting up here talking about, oh, it's closing time. It's closing time.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah,
do
it is.
shout-outs.
We did them
I'm gonna
already.
give
We did
you.
them mid show just to get them out of
Let's
the
do.
way.
I'm gonna do two.
Go
I'm gonna do
for it. Go
two.
for it.
We're gonna do these two. We're gonna do the shout-outs twice because this is a lot. Give a shout out to Hail Hydra, Living Legends, Living Legend Comics, the Pulp Fiction, Pulp Addiction, Lady Legend Comics, Once Upon a Time on Planet Earth, Lady Venom's Lair, Game Share and Play, Gamer Geeks Radio, Bugsy Smith and Gaming, Geeks, Girls and Games, Gamers Geek. You can find us at Twitter at Gamer Geeks Radio, all caps. You can find us on Instagram at Lady Rage and at Gamers Geek Radio, and on Tumblr at Gamers Geek Radio Clan, all underscored after each word. And we also want to give a shout out to the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Yep. Don't forget the
Yep.
promenade.
And we're going to give a shout out to the promenade, like we always do.
Always to the promenade.
All right, and you know that's been our Sunday show, talking about massive technologies crossing across, you know, the spectrums of beyond gaming and medical. We got there. We got there. We got there into the
It was a random
world with
topic,
that one. Okay,
but it's worthy.
we got there into the world with that one. You want one of our intellectual shows? This is it. This is one of our intellectual shows. Not our greatest intellectual show. This is one of our intellectual shows. All right. This is Travis.
This is Brandon. Y'all have a good night. Say
Have a
bye,
great one.
Travis.
Bye.